Welcome to The Push. My name's Steve Machine Curran.
And I'm Kev, Big Daddy All Wood.
And this is episode 52.
52.
We've had a good new arrangement in the room.
Yes. The studio's been remodeled.
It's a multifaceted and ever-evolving beast. Push podcast.
Yes, that's right. Who knows which direction it's going to take?
Yes.
What's going to happen? Mm-hmm.
Yes, as the camera is there.
Yes. Nice to see you've had a shave today, Steve.
You know, I saw a photo of myself, a video yesterday, and I had about two day growth, and I thought, fuck, I should never not shave.
Yeah, no, I thought
fuck, it ages me instantly.
Grizzly Adams.
Oh, it's just like
a white beard. Because we're old men, Stephen.
We are old men, but it makes your face look fatter as well.
Yeah, I don't like how I think I look dirty when I'm unshaven.
That's yeah. Look dirty anyway.
The truth comes out.
Yeah, look, it's probably more reflective of who you are, like a dirty old man.
I don't want to look like a dirty old man.
You don't want to look like one. You might be one, but you don't look like one.
No.
Episode 52.
Yep.
Are we COVID safe?
We're COVID safe, but Australia's not doing so well. It's the Victoria has hit over 800 new cases yesterday.
Yeah.
They were doing all right with like 300 or 400 a day, but they got over 800.
300 or 400 is still bad.
I know. Australia had only 10,000 cases after that first sort of surge of corona up once everything reopened again.
Yeah.
Now I don't know what we're at. It must be at least 15,000. Like thanks to Victoria, they've got like 6,000 active cases or something.
What are they doing wrong?
Spreading corona.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. They're not taking rectal thermometer readings.
Yeah, well, I was going to get to that. I don't want do you want to bring this up now? Do you want to go through numbers first?
No, I don't really have the actual current today.
But numbers. Victoria's fucked. New South Wales are, I think we're still in the teens, aren't we?
Yeah, look, New South Wales, they've shut down a couple of gyms and a couple of schools because of isolated cases.
Yes.
That's where we're at now. Everything else is still basically open, though.
And they shut us out of Queensland. That's
right. That happened just yesterday, didn't it?
Because of those girls. Actually, do you see them? Quite hot. Dark girls. You see them?
Young. I think they're pretty young.
I don't know. It's interesting because now, of course, if you're in the media, if you get a news story about you, instantly they've got access to your social media.
Yeah.
So there was this girl doing like whatever girls do in front of the Instagram, doing their hair, and I was thinking if either of us were in the media, they would have a treasure trove, a veritable treasure trove.
Oh yeah, of shit coming out of their own mouths.
Yes.
Right. Confessions.
It'd be very easy to do character assassination on us.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Well, look, I actually, I've
often thought about what would happen if I went on some like reality TV show. There'd be so many skeletons like falling out of the closet.
Yeah,
I'd be trying to sweep them back in there and just be coming out more faster than I could get them back in.
That's right. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to turn left for skeletons.
That's right.
In your closet.
That's right.
So as you know, I train Dr. Tavakoli, the boob man,
the breast expert.
Yeah,
fake titty.
Yeah.
Man.
He very smart guy, super smart.
Did he do your breast implants?
Yeah, he did. He does gyno for guys as well. He removes gyno for any men that actually want
breast tissue cut out of their chest
for overuse of androgenic steroids. But no, I was chatting to him, and he has an associate who's an eye surgeon, who professor of eye surgery. I don't know what the term is for that, but has a number of
ophthalmologist.
Yeah, that's
what he is?
Probably. Professor of ophthalmology.
Yep, see?
Has numbers of patents in different areas of that field. It's a very, very successful, rich, intelligent guy. He is saying that COVID is probably more spread rather than through oral and nasal passages, but through the eyes.
Really? Mm-hmm. He's serious, legit.
Yeah. He's saying that that the transmission of it through the mouth and the nose has to be mechanical, like it has to actually physically go in there, but you can actually absorb a lot of chemicals and a viral load through your eyes.
Have you ever absorbed a load through your eyes, Steve?
No, but you probably know a few girls that have had pink eye
Oh, really?
from absorbing a viral load
Yes.
through their eyes.
Yes, genetic load.
Yeah, so it's one way to spread your genetic material. But no, on a serious note, apparently, so you should actually perhaps wear a visor of some kind.
Oh, right.
But this professor is developing actually a...
Is that right? You absorb a lot of shit through your eyes?
Yeah,
Really?
you can do. That's what this guy...
What? Do you really, though? I mean...
Well, we should get the professor on and you could have a scientific debate with him and you'd be able to school him.
Two experts talking about the...
Yes.
One subject, yeah.
So he's developing a disinfectant spray specifically for your eyes.
Oh, wow.
For your eyeballs. So I'm thinking moving forward, not only a mask and a nasal cover, but also goggles are going to be required.
Any goggles will do the trick. You can do like
snorkeling
goggles.
I was thinking snorkeling with a snorkel, mask, and of course the rectal thermometer in place permanently.
Maybe your snorkel you could like trick it out so that it would double as a rectal thermometer.
It could just be one big, like from your mouth to your anus. One long
Haven't
tube.
you got an outfit like that already?
No, that's right. I think you can get them.
Yeah.
Saks leather or something like that would probably have something like that.
I don't know. Gas mask with tubes that go to various...
Yeah. But, do we want to talk about COVID anymore?
No.
No. It's we've done it to death. I think a lot of the fear... People watch the news obsessively and...
They did it with 9/11, didn't they? Everyone watched the news for about a week, constantly on, 24/7.
Well,
and then now they're doing it again with Corona.
Well, that segued into looking for weapons of mass... The retaliation for 9/11
yes.
and then moving into Iran, which, incidentally, that segues into a point I had about a show you have to watch called The Loudest Voice. Which is about Roger Ailes, who was started Fox News for Rupert Murdoch,
Right.
for News Corp. And this guy, there's also a movie called Bombshells, which has got Nicole Kidman in it. And so Roger Ailes...
It's a bit of a stretch, isn't it? Bombshell?
So Roger Ailes was this guy, very, very like Harvey Weinstein in a way, same sort of behaviour.
That same sort of below the belt behaviour.
Yeah.
Dear.
But this guy, he ran Fox News. Fox News was always a channel for Republican Party propaganda.
Okay.
So it's not news at all. And this guy was completely forthright in saying that. He just wanted to have a channel that supported the Republican right-wing views across America. So he was instrumental in, after 9/11, getting the country to get behind Bush and go to Iraq, and also then hammering Obama when Obama was in, and then finally instrumental in getting Trump elected in 2016. Russell Crowe plays the guy in a fat suit, and Russell Crowe's amazing in it.
Oh, what's the movie?
It's a TV series called The Loudest Voice.
Right.
Amazing. Russell Crowe is amazing in it.
But yeah, he's played some good roles, that boy.
Yeah, and but it just shows you how easily people are manipulated by the news. What were you going to say? Well, we were talking about that before.
No. I seen a trailer for another movie about...
Well, Bombshells is about the same guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm diverting to... I think it's Russell Crowe that's playing the part, but I'm not sure because I've only seen the ad and I haven't... There's a road rage incident and this chick cuts off this guy in a truck, turns in front of him, and they have an exchange, and then he basically stalks her, follows her, and she starts freaking out, and it's this real fucking angry Russell Crowe behind the wheel of the truck, and he's a bit of a psycho. Looks quite good. It's called The Antagonist or something like that.
I had a road, not a road rage, I wouldn't call it a road rage situation. I had a car park situation.
Yeah?
Do you ever have car park situations?
What happened?
Oh, look, I feel embarrassed about it now.
What car park?
East Village shopping centre. So it was packed because I was going earlier on a Sunday afternoon. I usually go at night and to do groceries. And there was a big lineup, a big Bentley. A Bentley was reversing back out that way. And so I saw a space, went straight into it, and then this car that I didn't see because the other Bentley was there.
They'd been waiting.
They'd been waiting.
Right.
And guys beeping on the horn. I'm in the car space. Beeping on the horn. What would you have done in that situation?
Well, you know, the unwritten rule about car parks is really it's first in, first served. Really, if you make it in there first, it's yours. Really.
Honestly,
however, if someone is waiting,
yes,
you should do the courteous thing and let them have it, even if you have. But you didn't see them.
Didn't see them, and I was literally in the space before he because the car blocked both of us.
So what happened?
Okay, so he beeped the horn, drove around, and I was talking to someone about this the other day. I forget that I'm just a skinny old guy with tattoos now. Like I'm not big and intimidating anymore. So I pulled the car, parked the car, got out. The guy had come round and was giving me a look. So I got out of the car, walked, and he was stuck in traffic. I walked over to him. His girlfriend was in the car as well. I said, "Is there a problem here?" And when I was juiced up and big, I would relish opportunities like that. I would actually look for them. Even though I couldn't fight, that sense of false bravado that you have. Anyway, went over to him, "Is there a problem here?" And he goes, "Yeah, mate, you fucking took my fucking parking space. I was waiting there for it." And his girlfriend is like this, embarrassed for him. And I played it really well though. I said, "Just calm down, man. I didn't see you. It's going to be all right." And he went, "Yeah, you fucking..." And I said, "Listen," I said, "Don't swear. You don't need to swear. There'll be other spaces. Move on." And he drove away, sped off, drove away. But
yeah, as you were after the initial, "Is there a problem here?" Did you realise suddenly that you're not this?
No, I didn't realise till afterwards.
Right.
But I was very polite in a sort of condescending way, so I diffused it and still made him look like a bitch. Like I was, "Calm down. It's going to be all right. You don't need to swear."
What was he like? Did he whip your ass?
No, no. But well, who knows? You can't tell, can you? You don't. That's the ridiculous thing about this behaviour. You could have been like a 4th dan black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Could have been.
Or an MMA fighter.
Yeah, there's a few of them at the moment around. I mean, not at the moment. There's a few of them around.
Well, that's what
you really can't tell these days.
No,
can you?
that's what that Sebastian Maniscalco has a bit about that.
Right.
Have you seen it? It's very good.
Yes,
they're all. Anybody could be. You bump into someone, and it could be a MMA fighter. But afterwards, I felt like a douche. Afterwards, I felt like, what the fuck was that? Like, what? I won the car parking.
Maybe if you just phrase the initial exchange differently.
I didn't need to get out.
I'm sorry, mate. I didn't even realise you were there. I didn't see you because of the Bentley.
Yeah, I should have said that. Because I wasn't going to back out of the space and relinquish it.
Because you were already there.
But if I had seen him, I generally would have left it for him. Yeah, I've done that.
You could even say that.
Yes. Yeah. Rather than, "Is there a problem here?"
Yeah.
Have you behave like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bullshit, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's such bullshit. Anyway.
I've had a road there's been an incident on a road and I've just pulled the handbrake up and opened the door and got out and they look and half look around and drive off when I've been bigger.
Yeah.
Right? Nothing was going to help. I was just like, what the fuck, man? Like, okay, this one time, all right, it was a narrow street. There were cars parked on both sides of the road.
Yes.
And there was an old lady hobbling across the road and I stopped for her to walk across. She had one of those trundle bag things and she was like slow.
Yeah.
And the guy behind me was honking the horn and I put my handbrake on, got out and said, "There's an old lady walking across the road. Do you want me to fucking run her down, you dickhead?"
Yeah.
And they just wound up their window and fucking locked their door, right?
Yeah.
Like, I only get upset if it's
your sense of
unjustified.
Justice. Yes,
unjustified.
The thing is, once you get out of the car and do that, you may...
you can get in trouble for that. Just getting out of the car.
Oh, really?
And approaching someone. Yeah. That can
intimidation or something.
Threatening a threat. If they perceive you as a threat, they can basically they can
bring the police.
It can be considered assault.
Well, I was going to say, you could get someone. You don't know who's in the car. You get someone pull out a gun or something, or
that's right.
A tire iron.
But I was just telling him how much of a dickhead he was because there was an old lady crossing. I'm not going to run her down.
No, but you're putting yourself at risk. It happens all the time.
I probably had a look. I looked them up and down first to make sure.
Yeah. Assess the situation first. It happens all the time with cab drivers. You'd be turning into a pedestrian crossing, and you've got people on the crossing legally with a green man, and it goes red, and there's people still crossing. You can't run them over, and there'll be a cab on your butt beeping you.
Really, I've not heard.
You haven't had that?
No, I don't really.
I always get it
that
turning left off Oxford Street into Crown on the way to the gym.
Yes.
At the top there.
Yes.
People always take their time walking across, and you can't. What are you going to do? You can't run them over.
No.
And there's a cab usually busting your balls.
Right.
I think
people are too impatient here.
Yes.
Full stop.
Yes.
Like, you know.
Yes.
I mean, you go to Thailand and the roads are a mess,
insane,
but nobody toots. Everyone just gives way and everyone just goes when they want to. And
well, I think it's just an expectation that things are actually going to be a circus.
But like, no one gets upset if everyone's nudging forward and they go, then they go, then they go, and no one's on their horn.
No, culturally, the Thais are pretty.
It's ridiculous when people are sitting on their horn in traffic when sometimes they have an extra lane they could take.
Yeah,
like
it's just
a taxi pulls over at William Street and there's a car behind him who just sits on their horn rather than going out in one of the 2 or 3 lanes they could go around them.
Do you sit on your horn when you drive?
I sit on the horn like just for fun.
Yeah. How's that go?
It's one of those big Viking horns.
Isn't it hard to concentrate when you drive?
Oh,
you sit on your horn?
No. It's my preference.
It's like I think so. Your car's actually set up with a car seat set up.
Yeah.
It's a big.
Like my bike has no seat on it either.
That's right. Just a big butt plug. Okay. It always comes back to
interchangeable like fists and.
Oh Jesus! There's a guy at the gym that's got a fist tattooed on his arm.
Oh wow!
Gay guy.
Wow.
What does that mean?
I'll give you. Well, if I had one guess and one guess only,
you'd say he's a high-level MMA fighter.
Yeah, it could be Black Power or something, could it?
He is actually dark.
Is it one of those fists?
It's one of those.
One of those fists
with it's like that. It's actually 2.
Well, if he's gay, maybe he likes a fisting.
No, you know what? I think because he's a person of colour.
So it could be
POC.
black solidarity.
POC. Do you know that's the term?
I can work it out. Person of colour. Could be like a Black Panther, Black Power thing.
Could be. Could be like that.
But is it that side of the fist? You see?
Knuckles. No, knuckles. It's like that.
Oh, that's not Black Power. That's Black Power.
Is that fisting? So you know those bands? Some gay guys have those bands on their arms.
Yes, I've seen them.
What do you think they're for?
That means something.
I think it means that's how far they're up. Someone's arm goes up there.
Right.
What do you think?
Well, you're right. Some have them on their forearms.
Yeah, some have
them on their
bicep.
Some have 2 on their forearms.
Yeah. What does that mean?
I think that there is probably some sort of
correlation
code there.
Yes.
Like there's a key, like a map with a key. Different things mean different.
Well, that's the case with the hankies. Remember?
Yes. But I think it's probably a similar thing with those bands around the arm. However, then I think some people probably go, "Oh, that looks kind of cool. I might get one of them," not knowing what it actually means. And you could potentially have a straight fellow with a gay fisting ring on his forearm.
Yeah.
Not knowing what it is.
Like there's a guy that I used to train, and he has a very successful family real estate business called Matt Morano, which is Oxford Real Estate, right? They've done.
Yeah, I think well.
You would have seen them everywhere.
No, I used to rent places for Oxford Real Estate.
A lot of Darlinghurst, Surrey Hills. Anyway, his name's Matt Morano. His brother is also called Marco, I think, has MM2 as his license plate. Mark Morano, MM2. So Matt, who very good physique, trains hard, or used to, but not very bright. And sorry, Matt, if you're watching this, and has, because initials are MM, has M2M on his license plate.
Right.
M2M.
Which means what?
Well, in that scene, M2M means male to male.
Right.
So he's driving around in his Beam or whatever he's got, with male to male on his license plate.
Is he aware of that?
He's aware of it now because he gets a hard time from everyone.
Right.
License plates. Would you get if you were a baller, if you had lots of money? I mean,
I used to have a personalised plate on on my Corvette.
Oh, what did it say?
I had a 69 Corvette.
You did?
And I had 69 VAT, V-E-T-T.
Oh, cool.
69 VAT.
Yeah.
Which I paid
how much?
Some ridiculous amount.
Did you really?
Yeah, you got to. And then you got to pay that each year.
Fuck.
Every year you got to renew it and pay that same high amount, which kind of sucks.
Those ones with numbers, with this is how like you have 111 or something, they cost a lot of money, don't they?
Right.
Don't they?
Yeah, and like certain things that
if they make a word,
Elvis and shit like that, they cost thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
people are selling privately.
Because there's a price you can have. Yeah, you can make.
Asians like the number 8, so you see a lot of big flash cars that have like F8, F8 or 88 or 888, and because it's a lucky number for them.
And they don't like 4s.
They don't like 4s.
You didn't know that?
No.
No, 4s are bad luck. In fact, we used to live in an apartment.
What are you doing?
Just trying to fix up our professional lighting here. We used to live in an apartment on Goulburn Street that used to
Jesus Christ.
That used to actually have no fourth floor.
No way.
Yeah.
13th floor?
No, it didn't go that high. No,
that's funny when buildings don't have a 13th floor.
So it went straight from 3 to 5.
Oh,
in the lift.
So Asians built it.
Yeah, that's a thing.
I like the number 4.
It's bad luck.
I like it because it's like 4 quarters. I don't know.
Mathematically, it's I guess attractive number, is it?
To me, yeah.
I'm not really a number guy. I don't really.
Well, you don't know how to count past 12, so
yeah, it just makes it convenient not to be a number guy. No, I don't. People, you think they mean things?
No. I just kind of like the number. I don't know.
They don't. These people that say, "Oh, this number means something."
Yeah, that's all bullshit. I don't believe any of that.
No.
Fucking astral star sign numbers, lucky numbers, all that shit. I mean, Jade has lucky numbers.
Yeah.
She likes 11 and 20 something. I don't fucking know.
How did she arrive on these?
I don't know.
These numbers.
I'll research it and I'll tell you next time.
Yeah, I wait with bated breath.
Speaking of my beloved partner,
beautiful soon-to-be wife.
She she gave me my 4th son the other day.
Oh fuck! Congratulations.
So, but you knew that.
Yes, I did, but we should have been the first announcement.
My son Nate is now 1 week old today.
And is he named after
Nate
really?
Double G?
Is he really?
No. We didn't have a name organised until about a week out,
right?
Because we couldn't agree on it. So we started thinking about names pretty much as soon as she was pregnant, and if either of us, this is my policy on naming a kid. If either of the two parents suggest a name and either of them, the other person doesn't like it, that's out.
Sure, that's reasonable.
Yeah. So there's going to be definitely out, and then there's going to be maybes.
Right.
So you keep all your maybes to the side.
Yes.
And then you whittle them down as you go. So we had Nate and Kian, Kian, was the last 2 names.
Where's that come? What's the?
I don't know. It was a name I didn't hate.
Well, I remember Atlas. I really liked Atlas.
Yeah, she had enough of the alliteration.
Right.
We got Ace Allwood, my son.
I know, that's a cool Ace and Atlas. That's cool.
I would have been down with Atlas. I know I suggested it, but she put the kibosh on that straight away. She said no, so that was out. According to my policy, then that's out.
So you realise your 2 sons by Jade's initials are AA and NA.
Yeah.
Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous.
Well, let's hope they stay off the fucking gear.
Hopefully that's not a sign of things to come. How is he?
Yeah, well, he doesn't like being naked. He doesn't like his clothes
Unlike
being
his
taken
dad.
off. As soon as I'm in the door, I'm whipping all my clothes off, walking around naked until I leave again the next day.
Yeah. Not even in the door.
Sitting at dinner.
Sometimes in public.
Dick swinging.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
No, he's good. He had his first bath yesterday and he hated it.
Is that the case when your mother-in-law's home as well?
Oh, yeah. It doesn't matter who's coming over.
Yes.
It's just Jade's level of embarrassment is either higher or lower,
depending who's there. Yeah. If it's the postman, she probably doesn't care.
No.
Sorry, what you're saying about bathing?
Nate had his first bath yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't wash him until yesterday, and in a little portal.
How long is he? He's about 6 months old, isn't he? Sorry.
6
So
days.
I gave him a bath in the hospital.
Yeah, we did with Ace, but we got out on the 3rd day, and it doesn't get very dirty when he's just sucking on.
Isn't he covered in placenta and vagina
No,
fluid?
he was remarkably clean. Oh, they clean him just after when he comes out. And he goes onto the chest and laid there for about an hour, and then they took him away and cleaned him up.
Right.
But he wasn't actually that mucky
Okay.
compared to the baby before.
Right.
With blood and stuff all over him, white creamy stuff. And
Yeah. Fucking what an amazing. It's
and
amazing.
So it was amazing. This was the first child I've had out of 5 that's been born naturally with no assistance. So the first 3 were cesarean.
Yeah.
The last 2 have been pushed out. Ace needed assistance. They needed to get forceps and they needed to help, and it was a struggle for her.
Yeah.
But she pushed Nate out with no drugs, no epidural,
Warrior.
and it was relatively quick. And compared to the one before, the labour before was about 10 or 11 hours. This was like a couple of hours done.
Wow, that's great.
And she also had 2 cracked ribs from an accident she'd had.
That's right.
The day before her due date, she was standing on a step trying to make the top bunk in the kids' room, and she slipped and she fell off the step.
What was she doing on the...
I don't know. I didn't fucking tell her to.
No.
I told her off afterwards. But she fell, and she fell on her back. Her back landed on a small, bedside 3 or 4 drawer, chest of drawers thing.
Man, that could have been bad.
And she cracked... She hurt herself. I heard the scream, right? And I'm run back into the house and out the back. I thought she'd gone into labour because it was the day before her due date. But she wasn't. She just fallen and she was in pain. We went to the hospital. They just checked the baby over and everything was fine. And they said, you could have an X-ray if you want, but you'll have to go down to emergency and wait there. And it was already 11 o'clock at night. And by the time she got, they have to keep her there for 4 hours to check.
Yeah.
So she didn't get the X-ray, and then 2 days later she goes into labour, has the baby, and pushes the baby out. Gets an X-ray a couple of days later, and there's 2 broken ribs.
Wow.
So she pushed it out drug-free with broken fucking ribs. What a champion!
What a warrior!
Fucking hell, man! And I'll tell you what, cesarean compared to pushing the baby out all on your own with no drugs, it's completely fucking different game.
Cesarean obviously is...
They almost not even need to be there.
Yeah,
they do,
but obviously. But I know what you mean.
They
don't need to be present.
No, it's completely chalk and cheese.
Yeah,
it's a completely different experience, and a different experience for me too. It's amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
I mean, that's the most amazing thing.
Fuck. She was screaming for an epidural, and the nurses were saying, "Honey,
you're nearly there.
By the time the anaesthetist gets in the room, you'll have a baby."
Yeah,
on your chest.
And that was the case.
And I thought, she's probably just saying that because last time it took fucking hours to get the baby out.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, do I step in here and insist on the anaesthetist coming, or do I button my lip? Anyway, within half an hour from her saying, or within 20 minutes probably of her saying that, the baby was out, and quarter of the baby, I looked down, quarter of the baby's head was poking out by this stage. It's crazy.
It gives you a new, it gives you such a profound respect for your partner.
Unbelievable, man. Right. I mean, if men could have babies, I reckon I'd want to do the first one with no drugs just to experience it.
Well, they reckon if men had babies, they'd only ever have one. So pain of
probably, yeah. She was. I video recorded a couple of her contractions before things started actually coming out, and they're pretty fucking traumatic. Just the contractions, an hour, 2 hours before the actual baby comes.
Gab was in labour for about 12 hours, and they were saying the same thing, that, she was asking for an epidural, and they were saying the same thing. It was nearly going to happen, but it didn't. It kept going for another couple of hours, and she finally had an epidural. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's what happened with Ace, and she got it, and it was
because she'd already been battling for a long time, hadn't she?
Yeah. And so
still amazing though.
You only go by what you've experienced before, so I thought maybe the same sort of process would happen again, where the baby's almost there but gets stuck, can't get around the last sort of bend. So anyway, it's awesome. Little Nate,
Yeah, that's cool, man. Congratulations. So, is it time to tie the tubes?
For me, yeah, I'm gonna get.
Are you really?
Yeah,
yeah.
I have to.
Yeah.
I can't have fucking 6 children.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah, I've got to. Look, way back before I ever had kids, I always had the vision or the thought that I would like to have a son. That was
a son.
Yeah,
singular.
A son. Yeah, a son. I wanted to have a son before. I wanted to have a son.
Right.
I got 2 sons from my wife.
Yes.
And that should have been the end of it for me.
Yeah.
But I've had 3 more since then. 3 more.
Yeah, 2 more sons and a girl.
5 kids wasn't really what I planned.
No.
No.
So you always wanted kids though?
Yeah. Well, I always wanted a son. When I got a second son, I was like thrilled. And then when I got a daughter, I was even more thrilled. But, to have 4... Imagine... I never had a brother. I'd love to grow up. I'd love to have grown up with one of 4 brothers.
Yeah, my brother Paul is still one of my best mates.
See, there you go. Yeah. I never had that.
We whenever we chat, it's like we have not been apart.
See, I've got mates. I've always had like strong friends.
Yeah,
but I've never had that brotherly
union,
brotherly love. You know? Yeah. So my sons are lucky. They've got there's 2 close in age.
Yeah,
and
that's
another
true.
2 close in age.
That's really true. Yeah.
So they'll be able to grow up and
have
be tight, hopefully.
Yeah, there will be.
Which is what I would imagine it would be like with a brother.
Look, I feel sad for Bianca because she doesn't have that. She doesn't have any siblings, obviously.
Yeah.
So because I remember at school, whatever was happening at school, however bad it got, if we were being bullied, and because there was fighting at our school, we'd come home and I wouldn't even have to talk to Paul, my brother. I would just hang out in his room or my room and just listen to music.
You had that bond.
Just had that bond, and we didn't have to say anything. It was just a safe space. And if one of us were fighting with mum or dad, or like,
you had 2 brothers, though, right?
Yeah, well, the other one was young. David's younger. He's 5 years younger.
Right.
So we weren't as close.
That's enough of an age gap to not be doing the same thing.
Yeah, we gave him hell. Actually, we'd torture him.
Actually, torture him.
Well, did pretty bad things to him, and it's I just think I sort of sometimes I think maybe that's why he turned out the way he did. I think you've seen his YouTube channel.
Yeah. You're not as close with him as you are with the other one.
No, did you see his YouTube channel?
I've seen what you sent me, yeah.
I don't know what that was.
No, I don't know either.
Yeah, so he's a bit lost. But look, it's cool to have siblings. Speaking of Bianca, so she showed me her favourite YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And it's called Jubilee.
Right.
And I'm just really, like, obviously...
What is it? Who is it?
So she's got this channel called Jubilee she watches, and their motto is, we believe in the power of empathy for human good. Mm-hmm. And it's a bit like us, really.
Yes. That could be our motto.
Could be our motto.
Yes.
That and anal thermometers. Human good and anal thermometers. Anyway, so...
Human good is anal thermometers.
That's right. So they, her favourite...
Rectal.
Her favourite show on that channel is one called Middle Ground, where they get people of very different thinking and different groups to sit down with each other and chat to see if they can actually meet some middle ground. So things like Democrats versus Republicans, atheists versus Christians, pro-choice.
It's adults running
young people and adults, like all sort of
20 odd
teenage.
Okay.
And it's really cool. It's really cool that she's watching that.
Oh, it's a good thing. I thought you were going to give me something outrageous.
No, it's not. It's actually no. I'm just impressed that she's watching that instead of the Kardashians.
Yes.
Or maths or whatever that shit is.
My 2 older boys watch stupid fucking YouTube channels with people just doing like stunts and
I think that's a
pranks and shit.
That's a boy thing, but they haven't hit puberty really.
It's so fucking
or
lame.
gamers watching people play games.
I've banned that.
Yeah, that's just nonsense.
I've said you're not allowed. You can play the game. If you have a game you want to play it, but you're not watching people play games.
That's just nonsense.
Because those motherfuckers have millions of views, and they're making money.
Yeah.
I don't want them making money off my kids.
No. They should be watching the push. His son should be watching.
They shouldn't be watching the push.
They
shouldn't be watching the push.
So Gabriella, on that, Gabriella went to her godmother's, her best friend's 2-year-old's birthday party the other day.
Yes.
Godmother of Bianca. And there's a guy there who's a pilot and who's got not working at the moment.
Yes.
Gabriella said to him, so what are you doing with your time? He said, I'm reading a bit and I listen to a lot of podcasts. And that was the end of the conversation.
Oh, Gabriella, there's an opportunity there.
Refuses to mention it.
She could have plugged our podcast.
She doesn't mention it to anyone.
No, I didn't expect her to.
That's fucked, man. If she had a podcast, I would mention it.
Yeah.
Then again, no.
She's embarrassed of you, Steve.
She certainly is.
She probably has been for a long time, even before you started doing podcasts.
She can't listen to them.
My mother, I heard from my sister that my mother had watched a couple.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kev's mum. It's all Kev, not me.
I asked my sister to dissuade her from watching anymore.
Yeah, you don't know what your mum watching them.
No, she wasn't.
Or your sister, for
She
that.
wasn't that eager. No, I get along well with my sister.
Okay.
We were tight. I've got one sister, so we were tight.
Yeah.
In a way that I didn't have a brother, but we were.
What's the age difference?
2 years.
Okay.
2 years and 2 months. So once I got to about 15 and she was 13, and we started sort of having secrets from our parents.
Yeah.
We had a
bonding. Yeah.
Prior to that, we were fighting like cats and dogs.
Yeah. And did she end up transitioning, like we talked about
Shut
in the early episode?
No.
What was that confusion? What was that confusion about? Why did we think she was sex change? I can't remember. I can't remember why. I think that was on our first episode, was it?
Something
first or second episode. It all got very confusing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've since met her and she's very nice.
Yeah, she's almost heard all of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I better say something nice about her. Yeah, very nice. Unlike her brother.
She has the same initials as New Zealand's Prime Minister.
What's that?
And the same first name, actually. Jacinda Ardern is
the Prime Minister.
And my sister is Jacinda Allwood.
Okay.
Well, she's not actually Allwood. She's becoming Allwood again. She was married to a Keith. Keith was the surname.
Right.
But they've split now. And
so he was married. She was married to a KA.
No,
she
was married to a TK. Keith was the surname.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah. So she became Jacinda Keith, but she's transitioning back to Allwood.
Yeah, so there is some transitioning involved.
Yeah.
Was she married to a man?
Well, he wasn't much of a fucking man, was he? The fucking miserable cunt.
Was he really?
Yeah, he was an arsehole.
Didn't treat him well.
Oh, on the surface he did. But he's
okay.
a dickhead.
They got kids?
Yeah, they got 2 kids. My sister's fucking blind, all right? So he fucking was
doing that's right.
all
She's sight impaired, yeah.
Yeah, he was doing all this fucking dirty shit behind her back that she didn't know about.
Really?
And yeah, he was off.
So what level of degree of sight does she have? She can see people.
Clinically blind.
So she can't drive.
No, she hasn't driven for years.
Right.
She's got a rare form of macular degeneration.
That's right. I remember talking to her about it.
Hit her when she was a kid.
Right.
Has been deteriorating ever since. So at school, she needed glasses to read the blackboard.
Right.
And then now, it's like going through a car wash for her. So she's got a little bit of peripheral vision on both sides.
Right.
But all the rest is fucked.
Okay.
Like blurry as hell. She can't recognise people until she gets super, super close. And she's got to kind of look at them on the side.
What is she?
But she walks. She catches the bus. Yeah. Catches the bus and
She's got. What about that hunchback that she's got?
No, that's you with a hunchback.
But so you said her eyes are like looking through a car wash. What if she went in a car wash, and would that make it worse or better?
It would probably make it doubly poor vision.
Yeah, I suppose it would. Bad suggestion.
So there's no cure, but possibly there could be something.
There's going to be something
eventually.
CRISPR, stem
cells. She needs to get some stem cells injected into her eyeballs.
Well, that's I think it's funny how everything's combined, really. Stem cells. We were talking about eyeball temperature penetration the other day.
Yes.
It's all coming together for us.
We are just
we're ahead of our time.
We're wealths of knowledge.
Yes.
And everything
of misinformation. So if you combined all the information in our podcast, you'd live a very good life. You'd train really hard.
You could structure one's life based on the lessons learned from the push.
Yeah, I think we should do a TED talk.
What
we've learned from the push. So you'd obviously, you definitely know your temperature.
Yes.
You train hard. You'd probably be bald.
Do you think that's our demographic?
Yeah, well, no, we've got younger people, like Dean listens to us.
True. He's got a full head of hair.
Yeah, it's a bit sad when you know the individual
Names
of listeners.
We probably know all of them.
Well, no, we're up to 66 now, so I don't think we know all of them. But what was I going to say? Speaking of training, so we had a big back workout today.
We had a pretty nasty session on Wednesday, legs.
Yeah,
and then that was good. I enjoyed that because I hadn't trained legs for a couple of weeks, so to go that hard was nice.
Yes,
legs are feeling it now. And back today, yes.
So we set out on a journey of deadlifts and barbell rows.
Supersets.
So 10 reps. I was doing 100 kilos. 10 reps, which is very light. I know that.
But 10 reps of deadlifts followed immediately by 10 reps of bent over rows.
That's right.
And then 10 sets of that.
Yeah, 10 by 10. And it was Kevin said that he was not being a pussy. Because you opted out. What did you get to? 7? 6?
8.
8?
Oh, no, 7.
No, 7. Yes.
Yeah, look, okay.
So you're a great pains to tell me.
I want to be able to train next week, all right? So I can feel my lower back starting on the left side starting to seize up a little bit.
Yeah.
And rather than be a hero and fucking push through that and fucking really hurt myself, I opted to cut out at 7 supersets and then go and do another exercise for 5 sets where I could stretch my back out a bit.
Yeah,
okay. Which helped, lat pull downs.
Well, actually, of course...
So you can suck my balls.
I actually, of course, went the whole way and did the 10 of 10. However, I had to take 3 Nurofen when I got home. Yeah, my lower back's fucked.
There you go.
No, it's all right.
So I haven't done deadlifts in months. So to do 10 sets straight out, like 10 supersets, would be just silly. Not a fucking something that 48-year-old man. I'm not 25 anymore.
You're not a machine either.
I'm not Steve Machine Curran.
No, but it's good.
The man, the myth, the legend.
We've had a couple of good workouts.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll continue that in vein. And that leads me to ask you how the diet's going.
Diet, yes. Well, last time, it's been a couple of weeks since we've done this podcast. I was on day 3 last time.
Yes, you were.
Day 17.
Excellent.
Now.
No
and
cheats.
I've been 100%.
Yeah.
And at the 2-week mark, I'd already dropped 4.5 kilos. And it's carnivore.
Yeah.
The first week I ate a couple of salads, right, for dinner. Right. But I've cut that out.
Okay.
I haven't had any veggies for like 10 days or something.
How's your bowel movements?
Fuck, I had to push out a fucking solid poo this morning. And normally it's not. Normally my bowel movements are first thing in the morning are rushed, shall we say. I've got to get there in a hurry. Okay? And it's fucking like turning a tap on.
Right, really.
Right? But now...
was that prior to the carnival?
Yeah, prior. For years it's been like that.
Okay. Right.
And I just thought it was like due to having a black coffee first thing in the morning.
Yeah, okay.
Which might be related. But I had a black coffee this morning and I had a proper poo. Like a healthy
I'm so
poo.
glad.
It was unusual for me. I had to actually push it. Whereas normally I've just got to get there and fucking sit down and it's out.
Yeah, look, I
actually had been to the doctor about it a couple of months, just as COVID hit. Yeah, I went to the doctor and I said, "Look, I'm having this sort of early morning diarrhea every morning.
Yeah,
and occasionally it'll last longer through the day."
And
I had to go and get stool samples and submit them to the lab and stuff.
Did he give you a prostate check?
No, he didn't give me a prostate check, but I should have asked for one.
No, I've never had. You should go back for one.
I've never had one of them.
Yeah, and not by a doctor.
I've had fucking loads.
Yes, right, yeah.
No, I've never had one of them, and you're supposed to have one at 50, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm nearly there.
Okay.
I'm fucking nearly there.
Yeah. Well, and so if you get a colonoscopy, do they check your prostate? It's 2 different things, isn't it?
I don't know. I've not had either of those things.
Well, I have to get colonoscopies because my dad died of
You've had loads of stuff up your bum, haven't you?
So I guess do they? I need to Google that shit. Do they check? I haven't had my prostate checked, but I have had.
Have you had your prostate stroked?
I don't even know. Actually, I don't know.
Right.
It's not something that I've gone after. Anyway, my if we're talking about bowel movements, I find because I get up at 4, I find by 4:45 I have to go to the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
And
have you had coffee in that time though?
yes.
I think that pushes it along.
I think it might accelerate.
It's a clock thing, a body clock thing.
Accelerates it. But what I find is, so I want to do the 4:40, the run at Bronte, right? Which is at 5 a.m.
Yes, and that would clash with
I've got caught before when we were doing the Coogee stairs. I told you that, didn't I?
Yeah.
It hit me. I had to actually run down the stairs and hide under the, where there's a bit where as you're going back towards the park, there's a bit of stairs. And
yes.
I had to climb under the stairs.
It's a boardwalk thing, whatever you call it.
I climbed under the boardwalk and did shit there.
Oh, wow.
I had to. Otherwise I was going to do my pants.
How'd you wipe it?
Well, I didn't. And so I did that, then put my pants back up and ran to the car, all the way to the toilets at Coogee.
Oh.
The Coogee kiosk there.
Went.
Cleaned up.
Came back and carried on running.
Absolutely.
Oh, you're a fucking machine.
But
were you solo that day?
No, Dino and Jack were doing it as well.
So
they were halfway through by that stage.
Right. So trying to do that 4 a.m. thing or 5
a.m. thing would be difficult unless there's a public toilet open round near there.
Yeah. You might have to try and force it out before you leave home.
I've tried that. It doesn't work. It's on a very strict protocol.
Yeah.
What I find is black rice. I have black rice in most of my meals as my carb content.
Yeah.
And the baby spinach, and everything works beautifully.
Okay. Well, back to my situation. I went to the doctor because I thought maybe I've got irritable bowel syndrome or something,
or irritable wife syndrome. Don't need that.
Yes, we've all experienced that.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a cure for it. Is there?
That's called divorce.
So that's no cure.
No, that's no cure, is it?
No cure.
Fuck.
No,
that's actually expensive.
So I had to do like 3 consecutive day stool samples and then send that off to take that into the lab, take it in back to the doctor. They submitted it to the lab, and then they came back to checked all your liver enzyme and whatever the fuck.
In the shit or blood work? Did you get blood work as well?
No, I didn't. Just poo work.
Right.
But they check it. They didn't do a blood test. They checked my poo. But there was nothing abnormal.
Right. Well, that's good news.
Yeah, that was good news. But I still was suffering from that early morning, the runs. So until today. And I think it's this meat diet that's fucking fixed it up.
Well, Rogan said the same thing. He said initially he had the runs with the meat diet.
Oh, he had a terrible fucking explosive, like black fucking tarry shit, right? But see, that was sort of not...
Was that happening for you?
Not that extreme. But no, it's been like that for years for me.
Okay.
Not as extreme as he described it, but...
I'm enjoying this conversation.
But the meat diet's fixed it up.
Oh, good. It
could be eggs, cheese. That's
could be that your colon is just getting so compacted by meat products that it's making it more solid.
Maybe.
That's what people worry about, isn't it? With meat only diets, that some of it is staying in the colon and rotting. And
I'm not what's it called when it's backed up?
Constipated.
No, I'm not constipated.
Oh, that's good.
I'm a fucking daily shitter.
Yeah.
Sometimes twice.
Yeah, we want that on a t-shirt.
I'm a daily shitter.
I'm a daily shitter.
That's a good hashtag, right?
Hashtag I'm a daily shitter.
Put it on the bottom of this podcast.
And then hashtag obey the poo voice.
Yeah, that's right. So look, the diet's going well. Yeah. So I'm going to stick with it for a while, see how it goes.
Yeah, and
I might add some vegetables in down the track a bit, but I'm just going to keep riding this wave of dropping weight. I'm enjoying the food. I'm eating chicken and beef and lamb. And
it's good to get to that stage where you're eating clean and you're enjoying your meals as clean meals.
Yes.
Without craving things. Yes. So I've been eating clean for probably about a month or so, and I did a schedule, I'll be honest. Like Bianca and Gabriella were eating these Eskimo pie biscuit things. Biscuit and ice. No, that's probably the wrong one. Like a bit like
ice cream sandwich.
Ice cream sandwich.
Yeah.
And I had one of those.
So you haven't been eating clean for a month because that's not eating clean.
That's right.
So you're
cheated. I fucked up.
You're up to day 5 again.
Yeah, I could restart.
6 maybe.
So I relapsed on that, and it didn't really. I didn't want to binge And
Oh, that's good though.
I did binge.
Did it satisfy?
Well, it
anything?
didn't even do that. I was like, what? That was pointless.
Afterwards, you were like, "What the fuck did I do that?"
No,
for?
it wasn't regretful because it was so. I mean, it was one thing, and I hadn't had a protein drink earlier in the day, so calories would have been, But what I realised is I only enjoy eating that sort of stuff if I can binge.
Look, if it's programmed into your thing.
Well, even if it's not, I only enjoy it when
you overdo it.
When I overdo it, it's like
Right.
I guess it's like drugs. Like if I can't do them to excess, I'd rather not do them at all.
Right.
Steroids, anything. Do you know what I mean? Like,
right.
So one cake or one thing is like, well, that's just.
I guess it's like
triggering.
a gambler. A gambler wouldn't go and just put $10 in the poker machine. They'd want to bet $1,000 on a horse race.
Yeah, they like. There's no point just winning $100.
No.
So it could be like a cake. If I had a cake, I don't want to. I'm not going to just eat a cake, and let that go. I'm gonna hit Old Bakery.
Right. Right.
And if I can't do that, I didn't even feel like doing that. So, so I haven't felt any urges.
I think your mindset's in the right place to
continue. Yeah. Well, I just want to be, as we were saying at the gym today, I just want to be lean. Not really, I don't want to lose muscle, but I'm not going to
cry about it.
No. And in fact, my training's changed now, where I actually enjoy
the endurance.
Yeah, like actually seeing because in the bodybuilding format, I was all about smashing the muscle and then letting it rest
and hardly even moving.
Pretty much, yeah.
Drive to the shop.
Yeah. If there was there's that adage they say in the bodybuilding book, don't run when you can walk, don't walk when you can sit down.
Right.
And that works especially if you're extreme ectomorph, which is what I was. That behaviour
allows you to gain mass.
Yeah. And it's very hard to otherwise.
I trained with a guy many years ago, the first kind of guy that I got into bodybuilding. He wouldn't walk down to the shop. He would drive. Yeah. Because of that. He didn't want to lose his gains.
Yeah. I mean, you see people doing cardio like that where they're just strolling on the... And now I find that completely nonsensical. But sure. it fulfills a need. Because you don't, this is what you want to be as big as possible and as lean as possible. So you want to do the minimal catabolic behaviors. Whereas now I want to push as fucking hard as I can.
Yeah.
If I can do 3 workouts in a day, I will.
We were supposed to only do 4 sets of supersets today, and then when we're up to 3, Steve goes, "Let's do 10."
Yeah. Yeah, I like that though.
Yeah, I would normally.
Anyway, it's good. It's all good.
Have you done your big prepping shop yet?
No, I'm going to do it on the weekend.
Right. Steve thinks that the apocalypse is on the
horizon.
So you're
I don't know, man. I
start saving up some sacks of rice or something.
I was listening to that guy, that prepper, the guy who studied those preppers in on Rogan, and I was thinking, like he said, we place a lot of faith in the government and society as we know it now.
Yes,
that everyone's going to do the right thing for us,
and it's going to stay like this, and everything's going to be accessible and available, and the systems in place are going to be maintained. Yeah, and that's historically that's never been the case. No, that's right. Nothing's guaranteed, even though it's been okay for 50 years.
Yeah, well, let's say even 100 years.
But no, let's say since the first supermarket, probably 50 years ago,
right?
70, right?
Yeah,
that was about when the first supermarkets popped up, early 70s.
Yes.
And we've been used to that. Everyone's acclimatised to a plethora of food available
choice
whenever you want.
Yes, and as the guy said, if we get if the fatality rate was higher for this disease, no one's working at a supermarket.
No,
for $20 an hour.
No, not even. I don't even
get that. No one's going to go to work, and so the shops close, and we're left with.
Oh, it's going to be a disaster.
So I think it's right to probably stock up on canned goods, toilet paper, and even water.
You don't need toilet paper. You can wash your ass if you have to.
That's not essential. Okay, so what do you think is essentials? Water? If the water, like, let's say, all right.
Yeah, you got a point there. I never buy water.
No, so I reckon a generator.
You'd get a generator at this place, at your house.
Well, let's say everything goes down.
Yeah.
Generator.
You need a bit of land, really. You need a fucking cabin in the woods with a bit of land.
Yeah.
and some fruit trees,
Yeah.
and a generator,
And some chickens, which you've got.
I've got chooks, yeah.
And
At least you can come over and no, I wouldn't let you have any
sheep,
of
some sheep.
this.
In case Jade's
for
indisposed.
entertainment,
In
yeah,
case,
like she is now.
in case you told. Well, there you go.
I've got chickens.
Is that why you got your sheep in your backyard?
I don't have sheep. Got 5 chooks though.
You can't do that. People do
I've
that?
got the chicken. People do that. I've got chickens to eat their eggs. That's what I've got chickens
I know
for.
that. I know that.
Not to.
Yeah.
I saw a video like that once.
Really? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen a lot of.
So what? So you're going to stock up on some canned tomatoes?
Canned tomatoes, canned tuna, which is what you're eating anyway now at the moment.
Yeah, I'm having tuna almost every night. It's repulsive, but it's working.
What else?
Ripping tuna.
Fruits. You have tin fruit.
What about a couple of fucking sacks of rice? Would you have rice?
Rice. Yeah, definitely rice. Oats.
That's good. Rice and oats.
Protein powder because it stores, doesn't go off for a long time.
You could do that.
Because eggs will go off. I think protein is the hard thing to get because you get oats and rice.
You're gonna start hunting?
What are you gonna hunt in fucking Alexandria?
No, you'd have to go further afield. So
To Zetland. Yeah, I don't know about the hunting.
hunt rats and possums.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, we'd be fucked basically.
No, we wouldn't be. I don't think if you had those things, you'd be all right.
Right. Yeah. Oh, you wouldn't need water though. You probably should have a couple of like
Those
10,
big
10-litre.
You'd actually need a like a reservoir, like a tank.
Yes.
Like they have on properties. You're right. I think having a property is a good idea.
We could chip in together and buy a
bunker somewhere.
quarter of an acre
Make
somewhere.
put a bunker somewhere.
Get quarter of an acre. That's all you need.
Yeah,
That's enough space on the top and
but
surface for
not
animals.
for the amount of kids you've got.
Yeah, you need to plant a few fruit trees and have a garden for the few veggies, right?
Yeah.
Then you'd need chooks and probably let's say a goat. You can get milk from the goat.
Yeah, and they're pretty hardy as well.
That's right. They can eat fucking cardboard and survive.
Yes, yeah.
Tin cans.
Preferably on like a hilltop, so you can, if the zombies come, you can shoot them.
And you need guns.
Yeah, I guess so.
Would you get your gun license?
Well, that's the interesting thing.
You don't need a license if it's the apocalypse.
No,
You just need the guns.
you just need the guns. Yeah,
Do you know anyone can get a gun?
and you've got a four-wheel drive.
I do.
You need a four-wheel drive. I have to get rid of the Lexus and get something a bit more sturdy, a bit more manly.
What, like
Like
an Audi?
So I was thinking like a
Toyota
Barina.
Yeah.
Pink Barina.
Oh, that little gay Jeep you used to have.
I wasn't gay. I was very manly. It's funny. I was talking about it the other day because it had a very manly engine. It had I found later it had it was very loud. Had a 350 Chev V8
Did it
engine.
really?
Yeah, it was a beast.
That's what I had in my Corvette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd pull up.
That's a decent V8.
It's a beast, man.
Yeah.
It was a traction going up.
Oh yeah, changing gears. Yeah.
Oh, it's great. And gearing down, that noise.
Mm-hmm.
What's that called? That noise when it gears down and makes the exhaust noise. I love that shit.
I don't know.
I thought it very masculine.
I don't know what it's called.
But so I'd pull up at lights, of course, with that sort of car, and the guy next to me would go, "Oh, what's under the bonnet?" And I'd go, "An engine." Yeah, who knows?
I should have learnt. You should have just said something. 350 Hemi.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Was it?
It was a fucking beast, man.
Yeah.
And it was great. It was gas power, LPG.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, so it was quite cheap to run.
Yeah.
That was just unstoppable, that thing. And then till I crashed it on the
I've
stop.
got one more thing to talk about before we go.
Oh,
Steve.
what about the lady with kicking the turtle?
Oh, yeah, I've got 2 things to talk about.
Okay.
Then. Okay, they're both pet related.
Okay. Oh, yeah, it's sad.
So,
Very sad.
Okay, I'm 48 now. When I was 29,
Yeah.
just before I turned 30,
Yeah.
I got a kitten, black kitten,
Yeah.
Token Black.
Named after.
Named after the only black character on South Park cartoon, right? Back then, 19 years ago, right?
Token black guy. Token black kid.
Yeah, that's his name, Token Black. The
Yeah.
actual character's name on the show. That's his surname, Black.
Right.
Anyway.
What sort of cat?
Black cat?
Moggy,
I don't
black
know.
Moggy.
Yeah, just a nothing.
Yeah.
2002, and he died.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really sad because it was the night we checked out of the hospital, the night that, because 2 days after Jade had given birth.
Yeah.
It's fucking pissing down with rain. It was a horrible kind of a day. I'd been at the hospital all day. We got home and I went out the back door and there was my cat laid out on his little cat bed. Just, like I knew straight away. He was just stretched out. He was wet and he was cold and he was dead. And he was 18 and a half years old, which is a pretty good knock for a cat.
Good innings for a cat.
Yeah. So look, I know he had a long, happy life and lots of love, but it was still pretty. I broke down
for sure.
I lost it. I actually was on my knees sobbing.
Yeah. And you didn't get to say goodbye like you did to your dog.
But look, I'd been giving him a lot of affection, especially since because my 14-year-old dog died almost exactly a month prior.
Yeah.
And so I knew that, as an 18-year-old cat, that he might have had another year, but he might not have. He might have only had a few months. I knew that it was imminent.
Yeah.
Because anything after 15 is pretty good innings for a cat. So I was giving him a lot of attention and telling him how much I loved him and giving him lots of pats. And he'd been losing weight for about a week and really was off his food. So, he wasn't that well.
Yeah.
So I had been giving him attention, but that day I hadn't even touched him.
Right.
I'd seen him. I'd left the hospital and come back about 2 p.m. and seen him and
had
said hi and then I gave him some food, which he didn't touch. And then when I got back at night, that was it. And so rest in peace, Token. Got a lot of nice messages from people.
Yeah, that's nice, man. Yeah.
I miss him. Like he was my first little boy.
Yeah. And
he's been through he missed the last one, but the birth and the raising of 4 kids that are, toddlers sort of torment cats.
They do.
He endured all that. It's been through. I used to sleep on my bed every night, and then he got relegated to the floor. Then he got relegated to the lounge room, and then he got fucking put outside. So he's kind of been demoted. And
the kids come along.
Yes, kids came along, which is anyway, it is what it is.
Rest in peace, Token. It is nice. It's nice how the kids the cats, because when they grow up with little kids like that, they put up with a lot.
They do,
and it's really cool though.
Ace, my almost 2-year-old, would walk up to him in the kitchen and just basically put his hand on his back and push him down on the floor,
right, flatten him out,
and lay on him.
And the Token would just let him do it.
Just let him do it.
Yeah. That's like Twinkle.
Put his head on, lay on him like a pillow.
It's awesome.
It was pretty cute, and it was not they know that it's a juvenile human that they're dealing with.
Yeah.
And they know not to scratch
take his eye out.
Yeah. So he was very affectionate, and it's sad, very sad.
Yeah.
After 18 years.
So another animal story.
Yes, my mother-in-law was arriving at the house to see our baby, and right by where she parked the car was a elderly Asian woman kicking a turtle, trying to kick a turtle into a plastic bag. There was a turtle on the side of the road.
Kicking it?
Turtle shell's like this big.
It's like a decent sized turtle.
Yeah, a long-necked turtle too. Its neck sticks out about this long.
So weird.
Very weird.
Why was she
rescued it.
though?
I don't know. My mother-in-law. Pardon?
She's going to cook it.
I think so.
Yeah.
But she was jabbering away in whatever language she speaks, and Helen...
Jabbing her away in...
jabbering away in fucking...
one of those Asian languages.
I don't know what she was. She was Asian and she was old, and she was speaking in her native tongue.
And she was kicking a fucking...
And my mother-in-law rescued the...
So how did your mother-in-law approach the
She went up and said, hey, what are you doing to that turtle?
Yeah.
Picked it up and took it, and the woman kept talking away at her, and she just left. Brought it to my house because she was just around the corner, just down the road, up the road. And I come home and there's a fucking turtle walking around on the dining room floor. I'm like, well, shouldn't that be in water? Doesn't they have to go in water? So I got a...
Did it like being in the water?
Yeah, it's in water now.
And it just chills in the water?
Yeah, but I don't know what to do with it.
Turtle soup.
All the food that I've tried to give it
doesn't eat any of it.
Tried to give it, apparently they're like mincemeat. So I was cooking the burger patty, just minced beef, and I gave it a few little worms of beef.
No?
And no, didn't eat it. Gave it some apple, didn't eat that either.
Cat food?
Haven't tried cat food. I've got some left over though.
Sorry. Fine. Bring it to the stairs, the turtle stairs.
Should I bring it to the turtle stairs?
Definitely.
I'll bring it to the turtle stairs on Sunday.
We'll put it on the stairs. See how it goes.
No one better squash him.
We'll see if we can jump up.
Put it side by side with you, take a photo. You won't know the difference.
Oh, that's hilarious. I think I'm a bit fitter. I think I'm moving a bit faster.
You might beat him in a race.
Maybe. Okay.
Shall I bring him?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
No, bring him. We can see if we can swim in the ocean. No, they'll kill it probably. Salt water will kill it probably.
Yeah, I don't know.
But mate,
Part of me thinks I should
where did this come from, this turtle?
I don't know.
It's just on the street.
A street turtle.
Is that a thing?
He had a hard life on the streets growing up.
Yeah.
He's from the streets, so he knows what's up.
It's hard from a...
It might be a lost pet.
Yes.
So in the local Facebook page thing, we checking to see if someone's lost a turtle.
Right.
No lost turtle.
No lost turtle. I think...
The next option is either take it to the vet or try and throw it in a river or something.
Just keep it. Be a friend for...
Where? What
Ace
is?
would love it.
What-
Has Ace checked it out?
Yeah, but what's it going to live in?
It's called it's an aquarium for turtles.
It's a big fucking thing. I'm going to have to
kiddie pool.
Huh?
Kiddie pool. Put it in the kiddie pool.
Yeah. Could. Oh, like one of those blue shell things that kiddies paddling in.
What turtles? You need to speak to a turtle enthusiast.
Yeah.
I would look online.
So I've got this portable. It's just we actually bath my 2-year-old in it. I'd used to, but now it's sitting in the corner of the dining room
It's a baby bath
with water. No, it's not a baby bath. It's just like a round oval shaped thing about this long.
Okay.
You could maybe a washing basket type thing.
Perfect.
And there's water in there, and I put a couple of bricks so he can get out of the water if he wants to not be in water, right? But I don't have a stone to put in there, but he's on bricks.
If any of our listeners or viewers are turtle aficionados,
You have turtle advice.
they should
Send it through
to the email address, which is
the Push Podcast 2018 at gmail.com.
or you can hit us up on the Push Podcast on Instagram, or individually at Kev Big Daddy all word on Instagram, or Steve Machine Cullen on Instagram.
That would be you.
You should like, subscribe, comment, and tell your friends.
Recommend us because we're fucking great.
We are, if we say so ourselves.
Yes.
This has been episode 52 of the Push Podcast.
Has been. Have a nice day.
Peace out.
Bye-bye.